Whether you like it or not, OpenClaw is gaining serious traction in AI community, and with that comes an important question. How secure is it? We have been covering OpenClaw on the channel for the last 1 week, and you can see that we have covered it from almost every angle. The development team has been releasing multiple updates focused on security hardening in OpenClaw, adding features like sandboxing, credential scanning, and comprehensive audit tools. Are these enough? This is what I'm going to review in this video hands-on. We are going to clean up OpenClaw, we are going to install it, and then from there we will showcase how exactly you can secure this OpenClaw properly from installation to production ready lockdown. And this isn't just theory. We are going to build a secure OpenClaw setup step by step. So let's get started. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member. Please also follow me on X if you're looking for AI updates without any hype. I'm not going to go into the detail of what OpenClaw is, its architecture and all that stuff. I'm going to install it from scratch, but if you're interested in more in-depth review, just watch any of these videos on the channel by searching OpenClaw. We have got it installed with Olama, with LM Studio and lot of other good stuff. I'm going to do this video again with Olama. So you can see that OpenClaw is installed, but it is quite an older version from 30th of January. So first up, I'm going to simply stop the gateway, which is a mid integration layer of this OpenClaw. And now I am going to uninstall OpenClaw and just simply press enter here and it will remove everything. And then another enter and everything is gone. Just as a precaution, also run this command in order to remove all the configuration, everything which is in your system. So now at this stage, OpenClaw is now cleaned up. Also, I already have Olama installed and I'm going to use this GLM 4.7 version. If you want to get it into the detail, just watch my other video about Olama. I'm going to do the fresh install of OpenClaw now very quickly. It has installed OpenClaw and now it is configuring it. It is asking me to generate and configure a gateway token. Now this is new, so just simply press enter. And it is now asking me tighten permission on OpenClaw to 700. Again press enter for yes. And primarily the doctor component of OpenClaw is running all of this. So you see that mode 700 here for the permission means only your user account can read, write or access the OpenClaw directory, preventing other users on the system from checking your conversation, credentials or config. So definitely choosing yes makes sense here. And now it is asking me if it can store the session there. Yep, that's fine. And again the OAuth directory. So the previous one stores a session and the OAuth one, this is where API keys and tokens for services like Slack, Google will be stored securely. So choose yes here. And now it is asking me that if you want to enable the bash shell completion or not. But even before that, if I just scroll up here where we were just saying yes, yes. So what happened here, doctor of OpenClaw has automatically fixed the permission issue, created the necessary directories and configured gateway authentication. And now it is offering the shell completion that gives you tab completion for OpenClaw. So I'll just say yes for now. It is now going to take all of that and implement it. Yep, I want to install the gateway service. And it is asking me, what I want to do here. And I'm also going to say yes here. Primarily it's a service which runs as a daemon in the background. And the doctor is now complete. It is updating everything. Perfect. So the OpenClaw is now installed and running. It has also completed the security features enabled by default, which so far include gateway authentication, proper file permission, and the service running on secure loopback only. Now, in order to verify that it actually did what it said, let's run the security audit. So I'm just going to run this command in front of you. Let's see what it says. So interesting. So you see, it has shown me two critical issues and one warning. Even though the installer previously generated a gateway token, it looks like it didn't get saved to the config file properly. We also have a permission issue on the credential directory, which it said it has fixed it. There you go. So we need to fix this, or either we can do it manually, or we could use this command which they have provided, which says OpenClaw security audit fix. So let's see if it is able to do that. Now, if you look at this output, the fix command tightened the file permission on credentials and session directories, which is good, but we still have the critical gateway authentication issue or auth issue. The config file is missing and we need to create it, and that is why it is failing. It doesn't create the config file, maybe in the next version. So for that, I would suggest the best way I have found is to run this onboarding wizard again, with which primarily configure OpenClaw with all the security settings. So let's run this. And then of course you can just simply select yes. I'm just doing it with my arrow key, press enter, and it is asking me that, whether you want a quick start or manual. And I'm just going to go with quick start. It's always good idea to do that. And model provider, because I'm going with Olama, so I'm just going to skip it for now. All provider is fine. I'll just go with that. I will just keep the current. I will change this Cloud Opus to one of my own, and you see that it already has got support for the new Anthropics model. I'm not going to configure any messaging channel here, but I already have done another video where I have configured Telegram and few other things you can search out on the channel. Now it is asking about skills and stuff. I don't want to do it for now. And then I will just restart my gateway service. And onboarding is done. And now when you would open that web UI with the token, of course, it is going to tell that health is okay. And if your token is misconfigured, it is going to give you the error. So now it is token enabled, which is always a good idea. Let's do the security audit again. I'm just going to run this. Let's wait for it. There you go. So here we are down to 0 critical issues. The gateway now has proper authentication configured. We have still got one warning about reverse proxies, which we can ignore since we are keeping this on loopback only. Loopback means the gateway only listens on this local host at 127.0.0.1, our local machine. No one on your network or the internet can reach it. Only processes running on this computer. The reverse proxy warning appears because if you later put a reverse proxy like Nginx in front of OpenClaw to expose it remotely, you would need to configure trusted proxies so the gateway knows which IP forwarding headers to trust. Since we are keeping this local only, this warning doesn't apply to us, and I will do another video to show you how to configure reverse proxy, and then you can just follow that video. Should be quick enough. So this looks good now. Also, they have another flag called as deep, as you can see. This just does a deep dive or a live probe of the gateway and check for any additional security concerns, but you can see that we are good there. Now let's check our baseline config, which that onboarding script created for us. So this is the baseline config, and you can notice that the key security settings like gateway mode is local, and then authentication is set to the token with a randomly generated secure token. This one you can of course change it, and port 18789 is bound to loopback only, and tail scale exposure is off. This is a good foundation, but we can harden it further. Let's add some sandboxing, tool restriction, and configure it for our local Olama model. Let me first create this and then I will explain. And this is a config file which I have created. So as usual, we have just configured our Olama model on Olama's default endpoint. This is the model which we are going to use. The point of interest is this sandboxing, this portion. So you see, I have enabled sandbox mode set to all, which means every tool execution runs inside a Docker container, not directly on my host system. The scope is session, so each conversation gets its own isolated container, and critically, workspace access is set to RO read only. This means the AI can read files but cannot write, modify, or delete anything in my workspace. If the AI gets tricked by a malicious prompt, the damage is limited to that throwaway container. Similarly, if I just go down, you see these are the tools where I have implemented the tool allow list. I only allow safe tools like read for viewing files, web search, and web fetch for internet access if I have enabled that API through Brave Search or Google API or whatever. And session management tools. Everything else is explicitly denied, especially dangerous tools like exec, which runs shell commands, process for managing running programs, and read, write, edit, apply, patch for file modification. If a tool isn't in the allow list, the AI simply cannot use it, period. That's it. And third and final, as I said, local model, I have configured Olama with the GLM 4.7 flash running locally on my default Olama port. This means zero data leaves my machine. No API calls to cloud providers, complete privacy. So this is primarily a defense in depth. Even if one layer fails, the other provide protection. So you can also check it out. And for checking, all I have done is I have just restarted that gateway server, and then I have run that status command, and you can see that the gateway is running with our hardened components. You can notice how it shows the auth token and confirming authentication is active, and the default model is now our local GLM model running on Olama. Security audit still shows zero critical issues, and you can also explain the sandbox if you like. And for that, you would simply use this OpenClaw sandbox explain command. Let's wait for it to give us the output. There you go. So this confirms our security setup is working. Look at the effective sandbox section where you can see that mode is all, meaning everything is sandboxed, scope is session. So each conversation gets its own container. And the workspace access is RO for read only. The sandbox tool policy shows the default tools, but remember we also configured a global tool policy with explicit allow and deny list that further restricts what's available. I love it. Now let's build the sandbox Docker image so the tools can actually run in isolation, and that is another added benefit it offers you. Now if you want to go that way, of course you would need to have Docker installed, which I already have here. And you just need to git clone the repo, and from that repo simply run this script. What this script is doing, it is building an OpenClaw sandbox Docker image that provides us isolated environment for tool execution, and it takes a bit of a time too. And the Docker image build is now ready. And now let's test it out. So first I'm just asking OpenClaw to list the files in the current directory. It shouldn't do that because I didn't allow that tool to list the files. It is running, it is checking with the model. There you go. So it doesn't have the access. That works perfectly well. And now let me read the file, any file. Let's say I want to read the system level file. It shouldn't allow me that because it is outside of that sandbox. So let's see if it is able to do that. There you go. So it is clearly telling you that I cannot read this. It is located outside the sandbox environment. And these are all the security features which you can implement. Of course, there are always some standard security best practices which you should always follow. It's a process, by the way. It's not a product ongoing battle. And you can see that what we have accomplished in this video, where OpenClaw is now running in hardened security configuration. Look at the status. Gateway is on a loopback with token authentication using our local Olama model for complete privacy, and the security audit shows zero critical issues. So we followed a layered approach where we had gateway security, sandboxing, tool restriction, local model, file permission. So this is defense in depth. The installer and onboarding wizard do a lot of the heavy lifting automatically, but don't stop there. As you just saw, you need to run OpenClaw security audit regularly, especially after config changes. Enable sandboxing, restrict tools to only what you need, and keep your gateway on loopback unless you absolutely need remote access. All in all, security isn't set it and forget it. It's a continuous process, but OpenClaw is now starting to look more like a mature product. It has started to implement all of these security features, giving you tools to lock it down properly. Still a long way to go, but I think it's a good start. Community is there. If you find any bug, any security concern or vulnerability, just post it on their GitHub, or they also have shared an email which you can find on their GitHub repo. Check it out. And as I said earlier, if you're interested in more angles to cover all OpenClaw, just search on my channel. That's it. Please like the video and subscribe, and consider becoming a member. Please also follow me on X if you're looking for AI updates without any hype. Thank you for all the support.